Well, we promise you we'll be back after we felt a little better. So, this is Ardus,
And Sam.
the Cajun Couple Trucking. Just hang on. We'll be right back right after the intro talking about what it's like to be sick on the road. Well, welcome back. Let's see. We got a response saying, "Oh, I had the flu," and we don't think we had the flu, but we definitely had a sinus infection and a cold. It started with a cold. But before we get on that, I want to tell everybody thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. No, we don't say that very often, but we've been running into a lot of people. We were in Springfield doing our clothes, and we ran into a guy who's waiting for his trainer and started talking, asking, the regular questions. Plan on doing company or lease? You gonna drive for a lease operator? What do you plan on doing? And giving him a few pointers, answering some questions. And he said, you know, he said, kept looking at me kind of weird. And I said, well, we have a YouTube channel that we answer a lot of questions. We go through the whole training process, the whole lease process, everything. If you want to look at it beforehand, see what you're getting into. Then we talk about being a lease operator and being on the road. He said, oh, what's your YouTube channel? When we say Cajun Couple Trucking, he lit up. He was like, I watch y'all, dude. And he pulled it up real quick and he showed me like the last 6 videos he had watched. And, so I gave him one of my cards and, hopefully, we love running into people like that. Another thing we love, and it doesn't happen very often, is, if you are a driver and you're being bothered by somebody, you see us sitting down at a restaurant or you see us, walking through, just come up and start talking. Usually just you interacting with someone else will get that person that's been following you and bugging you to just turn around and go away. And we don't mind doing that for people. We'll even walk you out to your truck if you feel that threatened by it. So, now back onto our subject. Uh, when you get sick on the road, it is not a fun thing. You can't just lay in your bed and get over it. You can talk to your fleet manager and say, hey, I'm sick. I need a 34. And as soon as you get through delivering, they'll let you sit for 34. You can sit for a week. They want you to be safe. So they don't want you out there sick driving. I never got to a point where I couldn't drive, where I wasn't attentive. If at any point I couldn't remember the last 5 to 10 miles, that would have been it. I would have pulled over. We wouldn't have gone any further. My wife, on the other hand, was in no shape to drive. If she had her CDL and we were driving a team load, I would have had to tell them you have to repower it, put me on a solo. My wife's sick. But here's the thing about two people in a truck team driving and one sick. You get really nauseous being sick. It's going to complicate it when you're trying to lay in that bed while this truck is moving, juking, jumping, and bumping. You're going to need a puke bucket if that happens. I'm sorry. So some of the things we always keep on the truck. We always keep NyQuil. We always keep DayQuil. We try to keep TheraFlu because I would rather use TheraFlu. My wife doesn't like it. Heat up some water in the microwave, a cup of TheraFlu, and it'll knock a lot of stuff out. We keep vitamins on the truck. We take vitamins daily.
Cough drops.
Cough drops on the truck. We do need to start carrying throat lozenges because a cough drop does you no good if your throat's hurting. There are cough drops that have analgesics, but if I'm saying that right, but the thing behind that is your body's trying to empty what's in your lungs, what's in your throat, what's on your chest, as far as the cold, mucus and stuff. It can't do that if you can't cough. So it's best just to use a cough drop when you're going out in public and not while you're driving, but not other times because you need to get that out. The longer it sits, the more it congeals, the more it thickens, and the harder time you're going to have passing it.
I also have the vapor rub for your chest.
You have vapor rub for the chest, and we've thought about getting a little steam vaporizer, a little personal steam vaporizer, to where we can stick a towel over our heads and breathe in.
Thankfully, it doesn't happen often, though.
No, in 2 years on the road, since my wife's been with me, it's the first time we've been sick. She gets around this time of year,
Allergy.
which is probably complicated. Around this time of year, she has overactive nasal passages. And watch this to be the one frame whenever I'm pulling on my eye that
it freezes.
that gets on our thumbnail. But she's been allergy tested. She's allergic to nothing, but strong scents, strong pollen sets her nasal cavity into overdrive, and it will just start dumping mucus into her nasal cavity. And she'll get postnasal drip. She'll choke. She'll blow out ungodly amounts of mucus during this time of year, and then in the fall too. So something that helps her out is, and it helps me too, is we found NAC at Walmart. You can get it at GNC, but NAC boosts your immune system.
And it's a rice base.
So just checking our mic, make sure it's still on.
It's something that's natural for us as Cajuns. We eat a lot of rice, and it helps your immune system. So.
It boosts your immune system, and it helps her, and it helps me too. We take 2 a day, 2,000 milligrams a day, and it just helps keeping an immune booster in and vitamins and stuff because we don't get to get around. We're in the sun a lot driving. We get direct contact with the sun, so our body can change those vitamins. I want to say it's vitamin A, vitamin K, and the vitamin A or something like that. But you don't get the exercise you normally get at home at our 9 to 5 job, walking around doing this and that. I mean, we do walk about 3 to 5 miles per day. Yes. We're going to get out here in a minute and walk. In fact, we are shut down in Angola, Indiana right now. We're going to be picking up tomorrow in Michigan, and then heading down to Georgia. But
we do a lot of stairs going.
Yes.
Up and down truck stops. A lot of times the trucker area is upstairs, in and out of the truck. You get your stair steps. You have a watch, it counts it.
Yeah, and we walk the dog 3 and 4 times a day.
Yep.
I mean, we get a lot of exercise, but it's not the kind of exercise that would help boost your immune system. It's not like steady 20 minutes or longer, doubling your heart rate. It's not the aerobic exercises. So we need to actually start doing that. We're planning on starting our Fit 15 through Driver Health and Fitness and trying to help that. But we were trying to get through the cold and the sinus infection to do that.
And also we keep on the truck a lot of soups and things soups and crackers, to help with the nausea, things like that.
And we have a small crock pot that we cook a lot. Like last night, we had a chicken cheesy enchilada soup that we made in the crock pot, and that was really good.
Really good.
And we just try to keep each other's spirits up and keep each other moving so that we don't get sick as often. Because me being a diabetic, whenever I get sick, it hits hard. And it usually doesn't fool around with me. So we try really hard not to get me sick. But it's kind of hard. And
small space.
Yeah, very small space. And it's hard whenever she's sick because she will wake me up. She'll elbow me. Hey, turn over. I want to turn over and hold you. So I have to turn over first, and she turns over so she doesn't breathe directly in my face. And then when she goes to turn over the other way, she'll reach over, she'll grab my shoulder and shake and say, I'm turning over. And then she'll turn over, and then I turn over and hold her. Because we like to spoon.
It's a fun process.
Yeah. But
after 30 years, we've got it almost perfected.
What would be perfection if we could both turn at the same time?
I think that's probably at the 40, 50 year mark.
Anyway, so our takeaway from this, what we're trying to share is, in the winter, you're supposed to keep about 2 weeks of food anyway, just in case you get snowed in somewhere, right? Keep your food and always keep at least 2 or 3 cans of soup or some way to make soup.
And always have a week's worth at least or two of emergency medicines because you're not going to feel like getting down and going get medicine.
And medicine at the truck stop at Walmart, $6. At the truck stop, anywhere between $14 and $23 for a bottle of NyQuil. I mean, come on. It's no brainer. Grab it at Walmart. Grab it at Walgreens. Grab it somewhere else and keep it on the truck with you. It's good for about a year.
Yeah. And you're probably going to use it within that time.
If not, it's well worth it. You
keep BC powders, Tylenol, Aleve, Advil, whatever your preference is of medication for when you're sick.
Keep 2 different types of painkillers and fever reducers, like Tylenol and Advil. Aleve really doesn't help with fever or anything. But if you're running a fever, if you have 2 different types, you can take it every 4 hours. Alternating. And it'll help keep your fever down. Rather than taking it and when your fever starts coming back up, you look and go, oh man, another hour before I can take it again. And watch the medicines you get. There's a lot of cold medicines. NyQuil, Dayquil, I have acetaminophen.
So you don't want to take Tylenol with it.
Right. You want to take other active ingredients. Look at your active ingredients. Because you don't want to double dose. We don't want your liver shutting down, your kidneys shutting down, or anything like that because you took too much of one certain kind of medicine. Out here, it's harder to get a doctor. Yes, more and more truck stops, the bigger truck stops have clinics. There are clinics nearby. Most companies will let you unhook and bobtail to a hospital or what have you. But it's not an easy thing to get to see a doctor. Even if you do telehealth, they can't see you. They can't feel you. They can't take your blood pressure. They can't feel your head. They can't take your temperature. They can't take your pulse, your pulse ox. These are all things that tells them, what kind of treatment to administer. So just keep in mind that we don't have the access to doctors that we would at home. So we have to self-medicate and take care of ourselves.
And hydration. Keep water, Gatorades, things like that in your truck. That way you don't, because if you get sick and you don't want to get down for medicine, you're not going to want to get down for water.
And drinking carbonated sodas when your body is using a lot more water than it usually does to try to cleanse you and make mucus and do all this stuff, you're going to get dehydrated very, very quickly. And so you should double, maybe even triple your water intake. Yes, we know you go to the bathroom more often, but that's how your body gets rid of viruses, bacteria, and all that is through your waste, through coughing, through urinating, through all that. So you need water. In every one of your organs, there's a reason why we're, 60% water?
60, 70? I don't remember.
I don't remember my biology that well. But there's a reason why we have a water in us. We're mostly made up of water. And every one of our organs needs water. And we're not talking carbonated water. Carbonated water, your body actually uses more water to remove that carbonation than it does getting the water than the water it gets after it removes the carbonation. I used to have bad back pains, in excess of my surgeries, even before my surgeries. And the doctor told me, he said, you're drinking too many sodas, you're drinking too many Coca-Colas, too many Dr. Peppers. Whatever your favorite soda is, you're drinking too much carbonated water. For every carbonated drink, you need to drink 3 times that in water. So for a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper or Pepsi, you need to drink 36 ounces of water for you to get the water, that 12 ounces of water that you wanted in that can, because it's going to take that much water to remove the carbonation and get rid of all the waste, all the caramel color, all the sugar and everything.
Beautiful red dye.
Yeah, that beautiful red dye that everybody's so worried about now.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're going to be out here, your health is very, very important, because if you're in poor health, you are going to endanger everybody's life that comes within about 1,000 yards of you, including your own life. You don't want someone else driving sick. I don't care if you say, oh, I can do it, I've done it before. That doesn't mean you won't make a mistake this time. It doesn't mean you won't wind up killing somebody or dead yourself this time. Yeah.
You're tired and you're underthinking situations and you just can't focus. It's better just to pull over and just call in to your fleet manager or
and
whoever.
One of the things, if you get stopped by a DOT officer and he sees that you're sick, that is a ticket right there, and an automatic shutdown.
Shut you down for 34.
You can't
tell you to get some rest.
You are not allowed with the CDL to drive tired or sick. If a cop stops you and asks you why you're swerving, you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just tired." Boom, you're shut down, and you get a ticket. That's unsafe driving. You knew you were tired, but you continued. That's why they give you a little book to study before you get your learner's permit. You're supposed to read that. Most people find out that once I pay that money to take my test to get my learner's permit, I can take it as many times as I need to. So they just take the test over and over and over again, thinking, oh, once I pass it, I'll automatically know everything in this book. You don't. And, there's a lot of things, a lot of rumors going around, a lot of things that truckers have believed for 20, 30 years that have been in the laws for 20, 30, 40, 50 years that they don't believe is a law because they've been doing it their own way all this time. All right. So everybody you come in contact with, you're going to put in danger, including yourself. Stop. Don't drive. Whenever I get sick, I don't drive. I had a small head cold. I got congested for like 6 hours. After that, I was good.
I was not.
My wife would not have been driving. We would have parked and waited till we were well. I would rather pay a week or two of truck notes out of my mercy funds than to put my wife or my life in danger and everybody else's life on the road in danger. No freight is worth that. No amount of money is worth me not being alive next week or my wife not being alive next week. I guess the key takeaways are: don't drive when you're sick, running a fever, or tired. Keep medicine in your truck, several different types, so that you can take them alternating. If you need to, telehealth is there, and it will help you a lot if it gets that bad. You can always check with your company and make sure that they know you're sick, that you don't feel comfortable driving, and they can figure out something for the load and let you park for 34 hours to get a good rest. Plenty of water.
Water and soups and liquids like Gatorades, things like that. You're not always going to feel like water because you're going to want something with some kind of flavoring. So have an alternate, a Gatorade or a Powerade or whatever your choice is. They have these little fit liquids that have low sugar. That way you're getting a lot of water,
Light.
yeah, with the flavoring, but not a lot of sugars because that's not going to help.
Keep in mind that the best thing to hydrate yourself and rehydrate you is water. While Gatorade and other drinks have electrolytes that make you feel better, those electrolytes need to be removed from the drink and processed, which requires water. It's like getting a B12 shot. It's a boost. It's not a fix. You're going to feel a little bit better if you're dehydrated, but you're still going to have the headache. You're still going to have the kidney pain. You're still going to have the bladder pain and all because you're not actually getting hydrated. So if you feel the need to drink Gatorade, Gatorlight, Pedialyte, something like that, drink it, but follow it with water. Water before and after. And drink about twice as much water as you do the electrolyte solutions.
Another thing is keep cleaning supplies, Lysol, wipes or even sprays, things like that, something for your air. Just to where you're not recycling the same germs.
When you get sick, spray your truck down, wash and dry your bedding. If it doesn't need to be washed, throw it in the dryer. The heat's going to kill the virus. Okay? Put it on high heat. Can of Lysol everything, wipe your windows down, and then, if you're in a Freightliner, open this compartment down here. There's your cabin filter. Pull that cabin air filter out, spray it with Lysol, put it back, and turn your AC on high, and let it cycle that, and pull that Lysol through to kill any germs that might have been caught in the filter. I know it seems a little extreme, but after you get over the flu, say, a week later you catch it again because you didn't clean the truck properly. You're going to get over it a little bit quicker, but you're going to feel terrible.
And it's a small space, so just know that, you're breathing in some of the same air day after day. I mean, it's a small area. We don't sit here with the windows open very often. I mean, usually that we don't want to smell what's around us. So, you don't get a whole lot of fresh air in.
Yeah, that brings me to another thing. We bring with us, we order to be shipped to Springfield, our scent flirts and stuff like that from Pink Zebra.
Right.
Also, see, pick it up.
Pink Zebra, it's got odor neutralizing and it's got the soy wax. That way it's not leaving chemicals behind in your vehicle.
It's soy wax. It's little bitty pieces. Soy wax with essential oils, all natural essential oils. If it falls over, our dog eats a little bit of it. It's no big deal. It's non-toxic, safe, and it brings some smells from home. We can order what scents we want.
Yeah, and like lemons and things that smell clean and good.
And we hadn't melted in here like 4 days. We went through Springfield, and in the inbound, when the tech got between the reefer and our truck, and near that vent that vents out the air from our cab, he come back and said, "Dude, something smells good. It smells like honey, and I mean, wow, what is that?" And we told him, "That's our Pink Zebra. We actually hadn't melted in about 3 nights. It just stays with the truck, and it stays in the truck, and it smells so good." And then we swap them out every once in a while, and my wife has a whole drawer and a half of it. And
I have a little scent issue.
Yeah. So what we're going to start doing is I'm going to add it to my normal description. Then I tag it on my videos with my phone number and all. I'm going to add my email address if it isn't already there because I can't remember what all is there.
We don't sell it. It's my sister-in-law who sells it.
It's her sister-in-law. But I mean, if she stops, we find somebody else.
Yeah, because it smells that good. And, you know, I used to buy the little wax things at the Walmart and all that. But after burning it, you really couldn't smell it. And half of the time I forgot I was even burning it because it just didn't leave any type of scent. And it had a lot of chemicals. So I'd worry about my dog, like, chewing on it or whatever. Or if it's still, you know, my dog, I don't know about your dog, but my dog will go and try to lick up or eat something if it smells good. It's a dog. So I try not to leave anything where she could get sick, because imagine how hard it is to find a vet on the road if it's hard for us to find a dog. You know, doctors are hard, but vets, I've run into very few over the road.
Very few near.
So we try to keep everything out of reach, you know, for her, like chemicals or anything like that. Everything that I use in the truck says pet friendly.
Yeah, and I mean, she does a live pretty much nightly, but you don't have to attend the lives. No. We order straight off the website, so I'm gonna put a link to it. When you click on that link tree, is what they call it, and it'll be the first link, the pink zebra link. You can order anything you want, and you know, we use their specialized wax burners or wax melts just because they're at a lower temperature than what you would buy at Walmart. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive. They're at a lower temperature though, which gets that, keeps that smell going. And at night we just pull the little ceramic dish out. I mean, in the morning, and we pop it in the freezer.
And people are always like, how do you keep your truck from smelling? Because we cook in the truck almost daily. We cook in the crock pot, or we'll cook in the skillet, just because.
And when we get our new truck next month, we're going to be cooking in the convection oven and air fryer, because for some reason, even though we bought the smaller one and everybody we know has the same fridge and same microwave, we can't use a convection oven and air fryer. They can. We've had the inverter tested several times, 6 times to be exact, and every single time say it works fine. But every time we hit 900 watts, it starts throwing a code saying that it's overloaded. And it's a 1500 watt inverter. The inverter is not good, but the truck is on a short term lease. We turned it in on April 1st. We're supposed to get our truck on April 8th. So
we're dealing with it. Yeah, we're dealing with it. Yeah. But we'll be cooking a lot more. So we use the fragrances that it has an odor neutralizer in most of them.
And even the ones that we don't have the odor neutralizer, it still overpowers the cooking. Even bacon, we've cooked bacon in here.
Oh, I love bacon.
Plugged it up, and 5 minutes later, you couldn't smell the bacon anymore.
But also, that makes me think, because a lot of people are always like, oh, you cook in your truck, how do you keep it from smelling? How do you keep on your actual,
the cloth
up here clean and things like that? I mean, you do have to clean your truck meticulously, but we will show you a video on how to clean your truck, like
including
the cloth and everything, to make sure you don't trap sickness or smells or things that you don't want in your truck. You know.
And that video will be coming within the next month, because we're going to be getting this truck ready to turn in.
Oh yeah, it's going to look so good when we turn it in.
It's going to look a lot better than our normal weekly. And I do have, you know, skin condition, psoriasis, where my skin is all over this truck. But you don't see it. Yeah, she vacuums, and
everything.
We clean weekly usually. Since we've been sick, we haven't cleaned weekly. But usually on Saturdays, we'll sit and we'll clean and we'll wipe every surface down, including windows.
Inside the windows. Yeah. Because you can go through as many truck washes as you want. They're not going to get inside of your windows and inside of your vehicles. So
no. But you have to clean all the inside. When you turn in a lease, the more you have clean, the least amount of time they have to detail. and you go through detail for them to check and estimate how long it's going to take before you go through the shop to see what's broken and what needs to be fixed. So they already have the estimate for that. So they don't charge you for what the shop does. Okay? So you gotta have all your stuff out, your mats, everything, and you clean it. They're gonna step in and do a 5-minute inspection, step out. If your truck is clean, I mean clean,
you're gonna save you some money.
Yeah, you're gonna save you some money because detailing is not cheap. I want to say it's like $45 to $90 an hour. And some of these guys are turning trucks in that they stay in that truck cleaning for 5 and 6 hours. Okay? So, in fact, the one that our daughter, when she finished her TNT and they had her pick up and bring back to Springfield to get her truck, she repossessed it. That thing was, oh my, if you seen pictures, you would have been like, I honestly would have told him, no, you get somebody here to clean this truck before I leave. And I'm not staying in that truck. I know it's 3 days back to Springfield, but I need a hotel room. Her fleet manager, when he saw pictures of that truck, flipped out and was like, she's picking up for another fleet manager. He said he should have put you up in hotel rooms. You should have not been in that truck. You do not clean anything. Let them clean it when you get here. Just don't touch anything that you don't need to touch, and wipe down anything you need to touch. The steering wheel, the gear shift, everything. It was that bad. It was horrible.
No. So.
And that was pictures after she had already taken out 3 garbage bags full of stuff.
Just make sure you keep your surroundings clean because that's the healthier you're going to be.
Yeah, the cleaner.
I mean, the cleaner you can keep your truck, the healthier you're going to stay. I mean, it's
there's some truth to that old adage, whether you believe in God or not. There's some truth to the old adage. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
It's not the Bible.
No, the cleaner you are, and the cleaner your surroundings, the healthier you're going to be. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here because we spent about 10 to 15 minutes longer than we wanted to.
Yeah. We were just trying to say hi, though. We've been gone for a while.
Just been, see, some more of my beard turned white since we made a video.
Not my fault.
All right. Well, as always, guys, keep your shiny side up, your rubber side down, mirrors between the ditches, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.